removes the requirement to have Unity at all, or Unity Pro. You need a machine with a lot of visual, you want a lot of monitors. You don't need a lot of horsepower, but you do need a lot of monitors. Because you want to monitor the size of your iPad, monitor the size of your timeline and your event tree, and it starts getting really big. Mac or a PC? Windows machine or a Mac?
Yeah, this was working.
One of them is coming, yeah.
One more question, maybe Maya? One more question?
One more question, yeah.
Do you find that you're running into any legal issues in terms of like cross-platform performance of the different corporations having their stake on content, or maybe it's sort of down the road, and if you're in tall chairs addressing that as an issue?
I'm not sure what you mean by legal issue. I mean, there is the one
Like
legal thing.
or
Yeah, the only issue we've run into would be similar to any sort of IP property. Skippy John Jones for US Penguin Group USA was not published in the UK because Penguin UK did not have the license to publish it digitally. So you might have those kind of issues, but those are standard IP issues. Really, we're kind of agnostic to that. You're publishing your own works. You're either a publisher or you find a publisher. We're not publishing. So you're responsible for your own IP.
Sorry, bear with us. This is a brand new office with brand new technology.
It was working.
It was working before. So talk for a few minutes until we get this sorted. So Dan, I'll ask you a quick question as part of our panelists. You were saying that this is really definitely a tool for the creator. Oh, we're good?
We are good.
We're good. Okay. We'll leave it there.
Thank you, thank you.
Thank you. So we have Aaron Williams with us, and he is the CEO of Social Samba.
Thank you.
I will give the podium to you.
Thank you very much. How many people in the room are storytellers? Great. And how many of your stories involve zombies? All of them. No. Okay, so I'm from Social Samba. Really happy to be here tonight. We have a platform that enables storytellers to take characters and put them into social networks so that fans can come along and friend those characters and experience what it's like to be part of their lives. So imagine, for instance, being able to friend James Bond. And over the course of a week, you get posts and comments and images and videos from James and his MI5 buddies. They're racing around the world, tracking a terrorist, saving the world, getting a girl, and you get to participate in that story through a social network. So it feels the same way like you connect to your friends and family using Facebook, except now you've got James Bond as a friend. Now, of course, if you're a storyteller, you could kind of do this today using Facebook and Twitter. But they really have two problems. One is, I don't know about you, but I miss probably 90% of the content that comes into my Twitter feed because I'm just not there at 9 p.m. when it comes in, right? Social networks have become a fire hose, and it's actually hard to follow a sort of stream of narrative and actually follow a story if you're just doing it inside Facebook or Twitter. But the second problem, which I think is actually a bigger problem for storytellers, is I don't want to just watch James Bond run around the world. I want to be a character in his story. I want to friend him. Friending him means something different than being a voyeur of him. I want him to call me by name. I want to connect with him. I want to help determine how the story unfolds and how it ends. And so our platform is really focused on enabling storytellers to script out that entire experience, that entire story, that entire narrative, and then we play it back for each fan whenever they want to experience it. And so by having that ability to script it and play it back, what we end up with is a platform that gives each fan a very deep connection to those characters and to that story. I'm going to show you a quick example. This is for a movie that we worked on last summer for Warner Brothers called Dolphin Tale. I'm sure everybody in here saw the movie, right? Because you're all dolphin lovers. Well, part of the movie, it was based on a true story about a dolphin that got rescued in Florida. And part of the story was about the rescue, where they found this dolphin on the beach, they took it back to their aquarium, they had to nurse it back to health. And that was sort of 3 days in real life. Now, in the movie, it was about 5 minutes. So what the writer of the movie said was, I really want to tell that part of the story. I want to tell the rescue, and I want to give fans the ability to feel like they're part of the rescue. And so we created a story where you come in, you friend the doctors that are rescuing this dolphin, and over the course of 3 days, in real time, you get to experience what it's like to be part of a dolphin rescue. So if I click join now, and I click through the Facebook dialogue, come on, Facebook. Give that a second. So, but the whole goal here is once you get in, we want you to be part of the rescue. The characters in the rescue will call you by name. They'll ask you, hey, what do you think we should do? And you'll get to actually experience that part of the story then in real time over 3 days. And here it comes. And of course, I'm starting it now. If you started it next week and you came in to experience the story, you would start at the same point. Everybody starts at the beginning of the story. Everybody gets a complete 3-day experience. So what this has done for Dolphin Tale is it's given them an asset that they can use not only when the movie comes out, but also when it comes out on DVD, and also when the next movie comes out. So we still have thousands of fans that are coming in and experiencing this story, even though the movie's been gone now for months. As soon as I come in, maybe a little hard to read in the back, but as soon as I come in, you can see the characters start calling me by names. I'm the only real person in the social network. The rest of those characters are scripted characters written by the writer of the movie. And now you'll see the story start to play out over real time, over sort of in the news feed, just like you would a social network. You'll see images, you'll see videos, and you'll see the ability for me to respond to questions from the characters to determine how the story should unfold. So when the characters come and ask me, hey, what do you think we should do? I get the ability to go in and comment back to them and talk to them and tell them what should happen. And the storyteller then gets the ability to script how that story should unfold for me based on my responses. So here's an example of that. One of the characters comes to me and asks me, do I believe in fate? Yeah. So I can answer whatever I want in here. It's just like a social network. We have a natural language processor on the back end that understands how to respond. So I'm going to say, yeah, gotta be fate. Now you'll see the characters start to respond to me, and over the course of the next 3 days, actually the story refers back to the fact that I made a decision at this point in the story. And again, this is all written by the creator of the story. And these characters aren't just flat characters. They also have backgrounds, so I can click into any of these guys and see a profile for them, just like you would see a profile for any other person on Facebook. And of course, these are real Facebook likes as well. So when I hover over them, I can see not only what the actual page is, but I can see which of my friends like that thing. And it really connects not only me to the characters, but the characters to the rest of my social fabric. We want you to feel like you're really participating in the lives of these characters very deeply. So this is just one example. Quick look at another example. This is for the TV show Psych on USA. They wanted to not just produce one episode, but they wanted to produce 7 episodes that you could experience over 7 days. So if you go to #killer.com, you can see examples, you can see all 7 weeks of the story. You can come in, friend the characters, experience each of the 7 weeks. We were really happy with the level of engagement that we got out of fans, and I'll just show you quickly some stats on that. We're over 400,000 unique visitors now that have come in to experience this story, but I think the number that really matters here is the bottom one. It's the depth of engagement that you get by telling your fans a story. They're coming in and spending, on average, 14 minutes per visit, which adds up to a total of 20 million minutes engaged in the story. And they're coming back once every 36 hours, so they're really engaged with those characters. They're not just coming in once, checking out your page, and then walking away. They're coming in and actually participating in your story. I'm just going to show one more quick thing, and that is our tool. So we've created a tool called Saga Writer, which lets anybody come in and create one of these stories. If you go to socialsambo.com, you'll see a link up in the upper right-hand corner that says Write a Story. If you click on it, you'll be brought directly into here, where you can actually create a story of your own. Define your characters, put them into a script, play the script back, post that story out to your Facebook page, and let your friends come in and experience it. So it's not just about Warner Brothers and USA using this. It's not about the 500,000 stories that we've told for those big dogs. Now it's about really reaching out to that long tail and looking for the writers like you guys that have great stories to tell as well, that want to be able to come in and use a platform like this to get your characters out there and get your fans engaged with them. So I'm going to run a quick workshop for anybody that's interested. When we're done here, we'll go off into a corner. I'll show you how to use the tool. I'll show you sort of the ins and outs of it. Everybody here is going to create a story tonight. Okay, not too many laughs, that's good. But we really want to encourage you to come in and try it out. Give it a try. So we just launched this a couple weeks ago, so we're really looking for feedback and input from you guys. You can help us as well, and hopefully we can help you to get your characters out there and get your fans engaged with them. Do I have 1 more minute? Okay, good. So I'm going to show quickly just what this means. So I'm going to give my story a title. I'll call it Zombie Attack. And I'll create my first character. I'll name him Aaron, of course. Being able to select any avatar, or I can upload any avatar I like. So these are avatars that we've pre-built into the system, but you can upload any picture you like. Upload a picture of yourself. I kind of like this guy. He looks like a zombie to me. I'm going to drag and drop that now into my story here. And I'm going to create the first text. He'll say, hi there. But of course, it's not that interesting if he just says hi there. I want him to say hi there to the reader. So I'm going to put the reader's name into that text. So I'll just type at and then use the reader's name. So now he'll say hi there, Aaron, if I'm reading it, or he'll say hi there, Maya, if Maya's reading it, right? So time to create a new character, of course, because a one-character story just isn't that interesting. So let's name him or her Maya. Choose another. Which thing? I'm sorry. Yeah, this is actually the name of the reader. So when you play the story back, it'll say hi there with the name of the reader plugged in. So this is how we do social storytelling, because you can actually pull information from the reader, from their social profile, simple things like their name, or more complex things if you like, to be able to include it in the story and make it a personal story. So I can include comments, so maybe Maya says hi there. And of course, we also have the ability to attach images, videos, likes. So all of this can be sort of built into the social fabric. It's not just about sort of text and dialogue. So imagine, for instance, that this first post isn't just a post, it's actually maybe a like. And let's say that he likes Transmedia. I haven't actually done a search on this. Let's see what it shows on. Transmedia Lab, that's a good one. So now you can see what it looks like when I'm actually plugging in that kind of content into the story. So this is a way to bring sort of the social fabric into your story to engage with characters. As I said before, we also have the branching mechanism where the characters can ask questions. So I can go into more detail on this later, but the point is, this tool is ready, it's available now. We've got content creators and storytellers out there producing stories using this, publishing it out to their Facebook pages. And we'd love to get you guys to come and use it as well. And tell us what you think. Create some stories.
Thank you, Aaron. Cody of Toll Chair will be giving also a small workshop, so you can actually get your choice. And are you going to have a little workshop?
Yeah, we have to show anyone who's interested in our platform.
Yeah, so we're going to have 3 little workshops starting after our 1-minute soapbox for anybody in our community that wants to be part of that. That starts at 8. Any questions for Eric? Yeah.
I think that's really cool. I did a Transmedia series last year where we had the characters create their own blogs and other ancillary properties to help engage people. And how if you had access to something like this, it really would have simplified a lot of the hard work. 2 questions about this. One, it's a single user experience right now. You've explained it. Is there the capability or the capability of having other people be able to, real people, be able to interact at the same time?
Yeah, it's a great question. So we have 2 sort of ways to do that now. One is by inviting other people into the story. So if I invite you into the story, my story knows about you, and so it becomes sort of a 2-player in the sense that my story refers back to you then as somebody I invited, and your story refers to me as the person that brought you into the story. So we have that capability today. The hardest part about having 2 people in a real story isn't the platform. The platform can handle it. It's the storyteller that has the hard time of sort of keeping track of multiple people engaged in a single story, and how do you make decisions and stuff like that. So if you've got a great idea for a multiplayer story, we'd love to put it on our platform, but we just haven't had any storytellers quite that ambitious yet.
Just a second question. How are you monetizing it? Does it cost to use it, or?
So the tool's available for free. Come use it, create your stories, publish them out, have fun. We want to enable storytellers to make money off of this. So imagine being able to take product placement and put it into your story, or take sponsorships and make it part of your story, right? But even going one step further, Zynga is going to make $2 billion this year selling virtual sheep, right? And they're doing this because fans want to pay a little bit of Facebook credit to get a premium experience with their farm on Farmville. What if you could do the same thing in stories? So what if you're the 15-year-old girl from Topeka, Kansas. You friend the cast of Glee. Prom's coming up on Saturday night, and the character comes to you and says, hey, would you like